The amazing world of music of John Lennon on 107.1 KGSR, and the amazing world of music with REM. Don't forget, Mike Mills is going to be a part of our Trick or Tea golf tournament we've got coming up here October 30th. Mike Mills playing some golf with a bunch of DJs. It's Brian back here for the KGSR Coffee Break Concert. It is brought to us by Manuel's and Chongos. We thank them very, very much. We also thank members of Widespread Panic, John Bell and Sonny in here today. How you guys doing?
We're doing great, thanks.
You guys look good.
Thank you.
Friendly rock and rollers, and you guys were ahead of schedule, man.
Yeah, well
that is outstanding.
We have good direction.
It was a coffee.
That is really, really good. And tonight the show is at the Frank Irwin Center. And like I said, get there early. Monty Montgomery is a great guitarist, and he is opening up for Widespread tonight. So I thought maybe we would start with some music. Widespread Panic.
All right.
On the KGSR Coffee Break Concert.
Always been the radio's child. Quickly smile, precious baby. Oh, search it down and electrify. Turn tight, little corner back in the mirror. Radio boy trying on all his moves. Oh, spare a little change and testify. Radio playing in your sleep, profit waiting in your car. Over and over in the life of a radio child. Orion's cheating, keeping time, I searching across the stars. Over and over in the mind of a radio child. Oh, radio child. Laugh like all their friends, telling tales the old folks know so well. Like an old guitar plays a lullaby. Oh, the radio's playing in your sleep. There's profit waiting in your car. Over and over in the life of a radio child. Cheating, keeping time, I'm searching across the stars. Over and over in the mind of a radio child. Oh, radio child. Precious baby. Precious baby. Oh, radio child.
Yeah. Widespread Panic on 107.1 KGSR. Yes, you can applaud out there. Okay.
Moving kind of fast.
Very, very cool.
We're dancing.
Elvis is always shaking his head, baby. Can't really avoid the Elvis man, that is for sure. And you can't avoid the great grooves that this band has laid down since 1985. Their latest CD, Don't Tell the Band, is a great collection of wonderful, wonderful stories. And, it's above average rock and roll, that's for sure. You guys listen to a wide range of stuff because you go from jazzy jams to, kind of some heavy stuff. I mean...
Blues, rock and roll, Latin stuff, everything that...
So is that on the bus right now?
Comedy.
Exactly.
Comedy
comedy.
records.
George Carlin is man.
Yeah, that was the first record I ever bought.
George Carlin,
Yeah.
Class Clown.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I remember all that stuff.
You got to keep that sense of humor on
Isn't
the
it
bus.
funny how the 7 words really don't even mean anything anymore right now?
That's for sure.
Yeah.
You got in all those troubles with. Hey, your latest record is your 7th release, and the studio release anyway. And it was recorded once again in Athens. And I wondered if you could talk about, I've always felt that Athens is kind of like a sister city to Austin in a way with the music scene down there. Do you agree with that?
You're exactly right. Being a Texas boy that I am, I used to play the streets here in Austin on 6th Street. And when I moved to Athens in 86, I just felt like it was just like another extension of Austin, because there's just so much music going on in there, and it's a real positive thing. And for us to be able to do all of our records in Athens made it so much easier, with John Keane being there in his studios, and having people, REM, B-52s, it was just, just a good environment.
Is the diversity there? Everything from Conjunto to funk
Not
and
as
blues
much. Not as much. Rock and roll, was really happening more so there than anywhere else, But, once you get to Atlanta, it's a whole new different ball game up there.
Don't ever break down in Cartersville, Georgia. I lost an alternator in Cartersville, and it wasn't good.
We've been there.
How much money? Can you fix this? Well, I don't know how much money you got.
They pretty much. They saw us coming. We were heading down to spring break in Florida, and so they knew we had a pocket full of cash, and we had to pay a lot for that alternator. That'll be the title of my new record coming out. Widespread Panic in the studio today. Get there early tonight and get there for Monty Montgomery, and then just get ready to jam. All tickets are $25 at the Irwin Center tonight, so there are tickets still available if you would like to catch up and be a part of the scene tonight. Lots of people talk about you guys. It's always exciting when you come into town. Do you look forward to coming into Austin?
Oh, yeah. Austin.
It's a friendly town.
Tamale capital.
We were talking tamales, Coors tamales. Got to have some of those.
Yeah.
That's pretty much, that's kind of the way we think of towns, by the food you can eat there.
Austin's got great food and cool clubs, that's for sure. And your the DVD that accompanies the new CD came out on the chart strong. That was great. Charted at number 3.
Yeah, we were real
good.
surprised about that. It was done in Oak Mountain, Alabama. And it was fun for us. And we hope that everyone enjoys it.
Everybody does. Everybody loves it when you guys come to town. How about another song? Members of Widespread Panic today on the Coffee Break concert. Guitarist choice.
Well, old Joe, he moves slow. He likes to look at things, paints pictures on his radio. He said they make the songs look better. Well, and one day Joe met a girl, a sweet breathing thing, dancing naked nudie in the winter snow. Underneath her dozen sweaters. And someday, somewhere, oh, some things get hit by lightning. Well, and some things just don't. May you live long and lucky. One thing's for sure, or maybe it isn't. That no matter where we are, it's this life that we're living. isn't. And no matter who we are, it's this life that we're living in. On someday, somewhere, some things they get hit by lightning. On some things just don't. Hope we all live long and lucky. Well, old Joe, he moves slow. He likes to look at things.
Sonny Ortiz and John Bell of Widespread Panic in the studio today. Thank you very, very much.
Cool, thank you.
Very nice. You got the record label, the Widespread record label?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? So you guys going to be promoting?
We're working this record, we're with Sanctuary Records.
Uh-huh.
We kind of, the Widespread Records was kind of just, and in between things while we were getting to know these new folks.
Okay. I thought you guys
were that itch.
So that was mostly just a lot of paperwork.
All right.
But we think, we're with Sanctuary.
There you
Records.
go. Sanctuary Records, great label. Great website, too. If you have never been to widespreadpanic.com, check it out. It's mapped out really nice. It's easy to navigate. And I'm always fascinated by this, the road. I mean, in 10 days, you guys have traveled from Portland, Oregon, down through Austin. You're heading through New Orleans this weekend, back up to Chicago. Now,
That's
how
the
is
life
that?
we lead.
Now, how is that?
Now it's time to. We should call them JR and Yogi.
Yeah.
The drivers are. They're the ones that make that possible
And
get us to and fro, safe.
And that's always good, obviously. But is it a schedule? Is it pretty much you have to stick to a schedule on this, because then it could just get totally blown out of the water with these kind of dates like this? I mean, from Portland, Oregon to Austin to Chicago.
Well. I mean,
is it certain
we always
things?
have a kind of a loose schedule.
Yeah, but is it certain things at a certain time, like you got to do this on a certain day to make sure you get it, to Austin the next day and that kind of thing?
Pretty much, yeah. We know the limitations and the possibilities.
And then
it's good to keep both those things in mind if you're ever making a decision.
Exactly. And then as a traveling rock and roll band, I'm always amazed how it always works out.
We sometimes are amazed.
Yeah, we got good folks working on our behalf, so they round us up pretty well.
That's very true. All right, John and Sonny, we thank you guys very, very much for coming by and especially hanging out with us today. Love your music and speak for a lot of people in Austin, Texas, and welcome back.
Thank you.
And break a leg tonight. We're going to finish the coffee break tonight with another track from their latest Don't Tell the Band. And I tell you what, we've got a couple of chances to do the backstage meet and greet. And I thought maybe without putting you guys on the spot too much, you got a cool widespread trivia question that only a true spread head would know.
Let's see. All right.
Something like favorite color, where were you born, something maybe sort of like that.
Oh, shucks. Let's see. Who, other than Mayor Stoner on the Andy Griffith Show, what was the name of the other mayor?
All right. Do you know the answer?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a good
All right, repeat the question again.
Other than Mayor Stoner. On the Andy Griffith Show, who was the other, and these, mostly black and whites. Yeah. Who was the name of the other mayor?
All right. 390 KGSR, the first two people in, you'll get a chance to do the meet and greet tonight. Also pick up a copy of the CD and the DVD. John and Sonny, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Widespread Panic off their latest CD, Don't Tell the Band, on 107.1 KGSR. This part of town, we also heard a couple of them live with Sonny and John. Two very, very nice guys. It's always a pleasure to catch up with great rockers like that. And they're in our town tonight out at the Frank Irwin Center. The answer was Pike. Only a couple of people knew that. Paul Cox. And we also gave it to Michael Aaron. So they're going to join us for the little meet and greet tonight. It was Pike, a part of the Andy Griffith Show, The Other Mayor. So some widespread trivia for you there. Don't Tell the Band, their latest effort. And again, get there early for local hero Monty Montgomery. Open up the party tonight out at the Frank Irwin Center. Tickets are still available for Widespread. And I'll tell you what, if you can name me 3 Widespread records, I don't have any more of those meet and greets, but I do have some tickets for tonight's show. Let's give them away. Caller 789-390 KGSR.